Going live early. Because we say screw that.
And we are live.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the All Games podcast live stream here and now. Getting you on the grind and improving your mind every single time we come on the air. So we're back today talking about the topic of loneliness, right? Just to get right into it. By the way, before we get into all the stuff, make sure you guys hit the like button on the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already.
Oh yeah.
And show support for the channel. You can also donate to the Cash App link in the description below. The funds go towards the channel. Put a lot of hard work and effort into these videos and these live streams. So we're going to be reacting to this guy, Aaron's journal, something like that. And he basically goes into a depressing rant on why he's lonely at age 40. So we're going to go into his little journal here, his podcast journal. And we're going to dissect this little situation and see what you guys can learn from his life experience.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're going to pull up the video
Yep.
right about now.
Yep. And the link to the video is also in our description of the live stream. So you can always check it out on your own time as well. And we are just going to go right into the video. So let's just listen to what he's got to say.
Yep.
Hey, welcome to my channel. So this is my first video, so bear with me because I'm kind of winging it here. I'm going to be somewhat going off the script I wrote and somewhat winging it. So
let's pause the video real quick because I want to take a note of his tonality, his voice, and his appearance. He kind of looks sad, just from like if I was at ShopRite and getting my pasture-raised eggs and my grass-fed, grass-finished beef that you guys should be eating too because we live healthy lifestyles up in this bitch. If I was at ShopRite doing what I just said I was doing, I saw this guy walking past me, I'd be like, damn, this guy's sad. And I'll pray for this motherfucker. I'll pray for him. I pray for this dude because I'm a nice guy and I want the best for everyone. So I'll pray for this guy. He looks sad. And by the tonality of his voice, he kind of just seems like, he's kind of just like, yeah, guys, I've been through a lot, and I don't know if I want to wake up tomorrow. It's kind of like that sad voice. Anything to add to that?
Yeah,
Mike, you know what I'm talking about.
The beginning of this video kind of gives me off like one of those vibes of like a YouTube apology video, where like the person sits down and is like, "I got a script. This is like the fifth time I'm doing this. I'm just gonna wing it."
Guys, I'm sorry for being a conservative.
Like
So
that's
sorry.
pretty much what I see from here. But yeah, he is definitely very sad, and I want to learn more about why he is sad.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out.
I finally decided to take the plunge into this space after years of watching other similar content. But I've not really been seeing anyone speaking from my age group, and I'm 44.
Oof.
There used to be one by the name of Monday F.A. Monday, and I really wish he left his channel up because
that's another lesson. So I could tell right away this guy's watching a little too much YouTube. Now, when you're watching too much YouTube, that's obviously not us, because if you watch us all the time, you are gonna be the man. You're gonna be the shit if you watch us all the time, because we're just awesome like that. But if you consume a lot of negative content on YouTube all the time, and you're not trying to learn and better yourself, and you just go down a rabbit hole of just pure darkness, and you listen to those, guys know what videos I'm talking about, like the videos you listen to at 2 a.m., like those lo-fi, like Bart Simpson, like depressed face, kind of like 2 a.m. videos. I've got to show you guys what I'm talking about later.
The lo-fi like live streams,
yeah,
of just music.
So a lot of you guys go way too deep, and you guys get lost in the videos and the YouTube and the internet, and you guys sorrow yourself in depression. You just go down, dive deep, and you go down a hole that you never come back from. So it's important to limit your usage of the internet and go out into the real world and socialize, right? So I'm sure he's going to mention that. I mean, we're already 45 seconds in, and I already know what's going on with this guy. I already know. So let's keep going.
It was very articulate, very relatable, and he articulated this struggle better than anyone I've ever seen since. So anyway, for all intents and purposes, I've pretty much been going through life mostly alone. I've pretty much always been a loner, thanks largely to autism spectrum. Going through life alone is kind of stagnating my growth as a person, I feel. When you don't have the experiences of growing and learning from relationships when you're younger, it's really hard to be a confident, well adjusted, romantically successful adult, especially one heading into middle age.
So
I mean, it's not that.
do you think he's saying this because he feels like life has dealt him this cards and there was nothing he could do? Or maybe do you think he could have gone out into the world, regardless of autism spectrum? Because he is forming coherent sentences and he's talking as if he is a thinker. He's thinking, right?
Yeah.
Like he's obviously not that bad. Like not, to the point where,
at least in the first 1 minute and 44 seconds, he seems.
I wonder how many
like-
people around him have ever encouraged him to go out and make some friends, go to the gym, exercise. I mean, or just go to social events and talk to people. I wonder how many people gave him that advice or,
Yeah. I also wonder if maybe, at least in his early years, maybe he was sheltered in a sense where like he wasn't really allowed to like do those specific things maybe, and he kind of just kept doing that unknowingly, and then now knowing, now getting to this age, now he's like, oh, I probably shouldn't have kept doing that, I probably should have done something, and now he's regretting it, and it's probably what he's trying to do is probably trying to just
Yeah.
speak out the things that he regrets doing or not doing in this aspect right here.
I want to also, what is ASD?
Probably autism spectrum. I don't know what the D would be. Probably disorder or disability or something like
Yeah.
that. But I'm assuming ASD would mean autism spectrum, either disorder, disability, some sort of thing like that.
Well, I just want people to know that they do have the choice to not be lonely. You can still go out and make friends and actually put yourself in social situations and just conversate with people. I know at first it may seem scary, but once you start talking to more people and all that, it gets a little bit easier as it goes along.
Yeah, you
And
gotta
you
break through that
become,
anxiety.
yeah, you have to break through that anxiety. No one else is going to do it. You have to be not scared of the world. You must have the world fear you, not you fear the world. Very different dynamics there.
Exactly, because I know a lot of people that that don't really talk to too many people, or at least they only talk to a certain select few people, and they don't really expand their acquaintances or their friends, and they don't really talk to new people. I've always told them, I was like, why don't you just, if you end up having a conversation with a random person, why don't you continue that conversation? Why don't you not just like leave it off as like a one-off like thing and just turn away? Why don't you actually try to communicate with other people? And they're like, I get some sort of type of social anxiety. I was like, and what I say is, I was like, well, if you start to feel that, you have to find a way to break through, and you need to become self-aware that you're having this issue in real time, and find a way to break through the chains that social anxieties try to put you down in, and you need to you know push through and become better and find ways to do it. It doesn't, you're not going to get it the first time, but you'll get it in the 10th 20th time. You'll finally get through, and you'll be able to at least start having other conversations with people. And a lot of those people that I talk to, uh, some of them don't really take my advice, and that's normal. A lot of people that are stuck in their ways, they just won't do it. But the people that actually want to get through and want to change themselves, they try. They at least put in that work, put in that effort to break through the problems that they have within themselves to better themselves. So
You guys need
that's
to
what you need to do.
understand that you do have a choice. Choose wisely before you die. Every
Exactly.
day you have a choice to make, and every day keeps going on until there are no choices to make because you'll be dead. So choose wisely and live the best life you can.
That I've never had girlfriends at all, but to reach to have reached my 40s without even one serious long-term cohabiting relationship is not something most people really understand.
How many
Because
women have you gone and talked to?
let's
How many women have you gone and talked to, sir? I mean, once again, we're not trying to come at this guy with just constructive criticism here, guys.
Yeah.
It's not trying to be a bully. We're not in the business of being bullies. We're just, stating some thoughts here. That's all.
Yeah, it's more of like this person is going through a specific problem where bringing like he's kind of trying to explain the problems that he's having, and then we are explaining his problems and trying to find solutions, not just for this person, because I mean it technically would already be too late for this person, but if anyone else that is watching this video or someone who is watching the video knows someone that is similar, they can try to give that person the answers that they need to not be in this position.
I mean, this guy's complaining that he's never really had a girlfriend or anything. Well, how many girls have you talked to? I mean, girls are not going to. You guys think that girls are going to come to you? It's not. They're not
Yeah,
going to come to you
that's like a
unless
point,
they're drunk, which you
Yeah.
don't want to deal with, or they're morons.
or they have like some sort of unknown, unbeknownst desire for you for some reason that they are going to come up to you. Like a woman to come up to you and actually like you is like 0.00001%. Like
Yeah,
it's
that's barely
very
ever going to happen.
small.
I mean, a girl might look in your direction and
Yeah.
hope that you go and talk to her,
Yeah,
but they're not going to be like, "Oh my gosh, you're so hot." That's just that only
doesn't-
happens in porn. Some of you guys watch way too much xvideos.com. You got to get off that, and you got to go to you got to be in the real world. You can't be doing that. Yeah, girls are just not gonna. I mean,
They're
you
not
got to go
gonna-
talk to girls, man. It's as simple as that. You at
Yeah.
a grocery store, maybe at the gym. I'm not really a fan of that. But if you have to, and you're at a bar, you're at a party, you're at an event, you you name it, wherever you are, you see a cute girl, just go say hi. It's whatever,
Yeah.
But I'd like to know how many girls this guy's ever went to go talk to in his life.
Let's be honest, relationships just happen naturally for most people.
No.
Not really.
A lot of guys are actually suffering out there. A lot of guys are not smashing chicks. Trust me. The average guy that's working, he's not, he's struggling to find a date. He's on Tinder. He's not getting any matches, or he's getting rejected by girls wherever he goes. Like a lot of guys, they don't really. Only like the top 10% of guys are fucking. So I mean,
Yeah.
most guys are not, or they don't even care enough. And they just watch porn and say, whatever. I'm too lazy to go out and get chicks. I'm good. Right. So this guy is not alone in that department at all.
Yeah, no.
But thanks to my huge setback of autism spectrum growing up,
Well,
Seems like he's blaming
Yeah,
something and not taking accountability.
he's blaming his autism.
I mean, once
for-
again, this guy seems to be a thinker. He seems to be forming
Yeah.
fine sentences. He obviously has some kind of social intelligence.
Yeah, I feel like I understand.
He's not even like, I mean, he's not obese or anything. He's not like a bad looking dude or anything. I mean,
Yeah,
you
but-
know,
like I understand why he would want to blame these things. It's because it's nowadays that's all people really want to do is just have a victim mindset and want to point fingers at other things that they feel that is uh stopping them from doing things, but in retrospect it's actually themselves that is preventing them from doing the things that they feel like they want to do. It's not because that their autism is preventing them. They can still have autism. They can do anything that anyone else can. There are business owners right now in the United States that operate big businesses that have Down syndrome, something that is completely worse than what this person has. They are running and operating businesses, like growing businesses that and those people have Down syndrome. So if those people could do that, this guy can literally do anything. So I don't think trying to blame your autism or just trying to blame something that isn't actually yourself is going to help you grow in any aspect. I feel like trying to blame something that's not you for things that have happened to you does not help you or anyone else around you. It's just gonna, take you down even more.
I didn't develop the confidence, social skills, and experience in my youth
why?
to build upon to
Why?
I feel like okay, so I know we literally have been just continuously pausing every 2 seconds, but what he said
It's
here,
not to go over.
because what he said here is that he hasn't had the experience in his youth, but and I can understand maybe possibly depending because it's all really dependent upon what schools, like when you go to, if you went to like let's say like you went to a public school and he has and they knew that he had autistic he was on the autistic spectrum, right? If they put him in specific classes and like segregated him away from like the normal kids, maybe that could be a possibility on why he believes that his autism is doing that, because he was completely segregated from normal kids. Because we've seen that in our high school. They did that with a lot of kids that were like on autistic spectrum. They would completely move them away, and we wouldn't really talk to them as much, and those kids would only really talk to the kids that they were with. And maybe that could be a possibility. Maybe that's probably what he's saying when he's blaming his autism. Maybe that's what happened. But if not, then I feel like there's no excuse. If you were in classes with like everyone else, and had the opportunities to to speak to people, to have conversations and socialize with your fellow classmates when you were younger, in like middle school, high school, even college, whatever. If you had that opportunity and weren't segregated away from them, you have all the opportunities to do that, and there should be no excuses.
I mean, of course, everybody's different. Everybody has their differences, and there are many situations in life that everyone has their certain environments that make them different, right? So,
Everyone is different. It's the personality. Some people are just socially awkward. He's alone right now, which probably makes him more comfortable and capable to speak.
yeah, there's a lot of people that when they're in public, they can't really get their thoughts out. It's like that social anxiety, something that can be worked on. It's not supposed to be easy, but it's something that can be improved on, practice, and it depends how bad you really want to improve and develop your confidence. There are, it depends on the individual and the experiences they go through, but it's all about the effort and at least trying to improve and fix your situation in your own way, because everybody has different solutions to different problems. So
To become a
just make
desirable romantic prospect in adulthood, I'm now a very inexperienced 44-year-old in a complete joke of a dating market.
well, yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
also way harder to meet single people when you get older, let alone make friends, because
I don't know about that. Because I know older people that are fucking. They are whoa.
Whoa.
I wish some of you guys out there only understood. I really wish some people could see what I see. Man, these older people are, trust me, there some of these older people have higher sex drives than some of the young people. Pretty crazy out here. That's what the men and women, they're both smashing,
Yeah.
Still top 10% guys, yeah, sure. But yeah, no, older people are still, no, they're having fun.
Oh yeah.
Just not the ones that are in sexless marriages and dead bedrooms. Not them. Not them,
No,
no. But the
definitely
other
not
ones,
them.
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
And yeah, let's just continue. He's becoming he's
Dating
bringing
pool
up
is
the
not it's not 100% functional right now.
yeah.
And even when I'm on the dating apps, there's a lot of like trans right now. I mean, which is cool if you're into that. I don't mind. But it's just like me personally, I'm just like, oh, no, thank you. And then it's like swipe again. Oh, another trans. No, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm just not really about that. Not me. Somebody will though.
there's just
Yeah, it's kind of it's pretty crazy out there.
fewer single people in general, and no one really has the time or energy to accept new people into their long established friend groups.
I don't know about that. I think people are
I feel like
very
that
accepting
depends.
to have.
I feel like that really depends, because there'll be people that are kind of closed off, and they'll only really talk to people that are within their friend group, and they won't really expand. And then there's going to be the people that are the complete opposite, that want to have more friends and want to talk to more people. Those people want to do more want to have networking, establish connections and stuff like that. But you can't find everybody easily. You have to put in the work to find them. You have to keep trying. It's like what we've talked about a long time, with trying to date women. You're not gonna get a date the first time. You might get rejected like 30 times before you actually get a date with a chick. Like, it's just how it is. And it's the same thing with trying to get friends. Sometimes you can talk to some guy at an event, they say something and you just happen to be there and you respond,
It's like,
and like,
yo, it's so right, and you just like going crazy.
yeah, and like there's a possibility where the guy will either be, will respond positively and like you guys talk and you guys have a good connection, or he kind of just looks at you and like is like what, and then just like kind of goes away.
Yeah, I like anime too.
Yeah, that happens. That totally happens, but it's not every time that's going to happen. There's going to be times where that happens. There's going to be time where you have good connections. You just got to find them all, and it's just a matter of being abundant on trying to find friends. If you want to find friends, go and find them, and eventually you'll eventually get some. It's not
Yeah.
like you can't get them.
Yeah, once again, you got to put in that effort, guys. You got to make an effort to not be lonely. If you would put no effort into it and you spend all your time on the internet surfing the web, yeah, you're going to be a little bit lonely. You're going to wake up. I mean, you're going to put your phone down, like, oh crap, I just wasted 5 hours and nobody's around. I'm alone. Cue the sad music. I'm going to go to bed, drink alcohol. Bye. Good night. And you don't want that.
No,
don't be like that.
we don't do
Not
that.
every night. Some nights you're just like, "Bleh." but yeah.
Hold on. I've met a billion guys on dating sites. I'm 48. It's all about casual, which means they just want girls to have sex with. They are about that say they want a relationship, but the more you chat, and there's nothing else to it. Okay. Yeah. So let's continue.
I love sex.
I mean, it's not to say that I haven't made
Well,
any friends in recent years since I've had
it's
some success with Meetup,
Same.
but no one's in my boat. Almost everyone is coupled up.
You know what? I gotta say, this guy looks at couples at the grocery store and says, "Wow, they look so happy together." Man, you don't even understand. A lot of these couples that you think are happy, they're fighting behind the scenes, they're cheating on each other. The girls messing with guys like me. Like a lot of you guys don't understand. A lot of these couples is not what it seems. This guy's be on. This guy be on Instagram too much.
like
A lot of
9 times out
people
10.
put a front that they're happy, but they're really not happy. A lot of people seem happy on the outside and on the internet and on that cute post on Facebook, but in reality, they're fucking drinking, they're crying, they hate themselves, they're getting fat and they hate themselves for it. Like behind the scenes, people are not as happy as they seem. This guy thinks that a lot of people are happy when they're not. Everybody goes through traumas and struggles and and taxes, right? Everybody goes through that bullshit,
no.
and going paying taxes makes me sad. So I understand. I feel that, but people are not. Don't look at the outside. There's always more on the inside that you don't see on the internet.
Yeah.
And they don't really have time for hanging out.
Hang out with me.
So I think there comes a point in time when doing everything alone just makes everything seem incredibly pointless. I mean, what's the point of traveling? For example, when you have no one to share the experience with, you have no one to make the memories with.
Well, okay. To that point,
What if he has family,
Dealing-
siblings?
yeah, I wonder if he has any siblings, or if he's the only child. But I also say this, because traveling, it's all in the mind. Everything is all in the mind. Okay, if you are traveling, what he's worried about is that he won't be able to share memories with other people if he went traveling. That he wouldn't be able to share the experiences with other people. I feel like you can, if you are alone, if you are by yourself and you want to travel somewhere, that would be the perfect opportunity to go somewhere new, experience a bunch of other things, and meet and network with other humans, find other like-minded people, find people that think are cool, and also talk to the opposite sex there too, and see what comes up with that. I feel like I feel like the things that he's saying, that there are opportunities that could be had, but he's looking at it on the negative side. And I mean, I don't blame him. A lot of people are like this. A lot of people think about these things in a negative way, and it's just how society has has just made us to be that way, but it doesn't need to be anymore. We don't need to be that way. And I mean, if we ate right and we did the things that we need to do properly, then we wouldn't have that issue and we wouldn't be so negative. But if we wanted to be positive, we wanted to look for the opportunities of certain things. He can go and travel somewhere. I don't care where, West Guam, whatever. He can go there and he can literally be like, "All right, I'm coming here. I want to see all the hot spots. I want to see what everything looks like. I want to see how cool, these specific tourist places look. I want to, and on the way of doing those things, maybe I want to find some social interaction zones or whatever to talk to people and to meet people to see, if I can find some friends, make some new friends, or find some chick that likes me or whatever. Like try to do something. Like try to do something to create value. If you just say, "Oh, I don't want to travel because what is the point if there's no one that's going to share it with me?" What about you? What about yourself? You're going to remember these things forever if you have a good time with it and you try to be positive. We do have another comment. I totally agree with him. Being single for a while is cool, but after a few years, you get stuck off always doing everything alone. Yeah,
Life's about taking a risk. You just got to keep
yeah,
going out there and see what you find.
yeah,
Everybody has their own path, and just got to keep trying, getting out there.
yeah.
No matter what, the grind never stops, and time does not stop for nobody. Nothing stops for nobody.
Oh, and there's another. Oh, I'm sorry. There's more comments. There's more comments here. Andrew, you have game. Not everyone does. He's not outgoing. I think his issue, he wants to be with someone.
He could improve himself. It's never
Yeah,
never too late.
yeah,
He can outshine the master.
yeah. And like I was saying, you gotta. I feel like he's being a very negative, but if he had a more positive outlook,
You just got to switch it up.
no, there wouldn't really be much of a problem because he can use that positivity to find opportunities to do the things that create value.
I mean, going out to enjoy the simple pleasures of life in general just get old when you're always alone.
Coffee never gets old. And I'm
There's
alone now.
just really nothing novel anymore. The excitement is gone. There's no one waiting for me at home.
Get a
So
dog.
why? Well, okay, you could get a dog, but why are you not going out meeting women, bro? How come you're not setting up some dating apps and getting some profile pictures going? Get a photographer, take some good pictures. Could also go to the bars and just go up to girls, right? As I said, he's not a bad looking dude. He's not obese and he's not retarded. He doesn't look stupid. Like he literally he actually looks like he could strike up a conversation. He could say hi, nice to meet you, and he's introduce himself, right? And he could, I mean, yeah, if he really put himself to the test and went out there, he could meet some people, meet some girls. I think he could. I absolutely think he could. 100%. He seems to have. I think he has potential. He's
Yeah,
just thinking of things to a negative light in this video, and if he goes out and applies some good social skills and a good mouthpiece and says some cool shit, I think he could change the whole game,
yeah,
change the whole
yeah,
experience.
and it's pretty much what I was saying before. You need to have the right mindset. He clearly does not, and might be just conditioning from how he's lived for the majority of his life. And that could be a reason. He probably is also, because since like what we said before, he's probably been on YouTube, watching people on YouTube, and they probably don't have the greatest of mindsets either. And so he's probably been adapting to that as well, and it is not helping. And but if he followed people that had a better mindset, maybe he could, be influenced in that way to maybe think more highly of himself and of like how to improve upon himself, and he can find a way to be better. But as of right now, that's just not the case, and he's going through a depressive state where he feels that everything in life really doesn't matter, and he feels like he's missed out on so much, and he feels like his autism is to blame. But I feel it's not his autism that's to blame. I feel like it's his inability to overcome the obstacles that has been put in front of him
He can
in his
choose to at
life.
least try. You got to try.
Yeah, I mean, people that have certain disabilities, they push on. I know people who had become crippled from the waist down, who said that they couldn't accept that and they wanted to walk, and so eventually they taught themselves to walk again, because they did not want to live the rest of their life in a wheelchair, become depressed and shit. They said, no, like, I'm going to fix this, and I will do whatever I can to do it. And now I know a few people that actually have done that, and they can walk, and they're perfectly, they still have issues, but they're a lot better off than when the doctors would say, yeah, you're going to live the rest of your life in a wheelchair. And yeah, no one wants to deal with that. And so any obstacle that's in your way, it's you don't put it, don't be like, oh, I blame this for this reason. No, you gotta take the shit that's in front of you and fucking move it, fucking start throwing it away. You got to keep pushing forward, and you can't just let yourself go down when things are in the way and you can't, you feel like you can't get past it.
There's never anyone besides a few relatives to celebrate birthdays and Christmases with, and the hope of finding the love of my life just grows dimmer by the year. It's become something in the realm of fantasy to me. Or something like winning the Powerball. You know, when you're young, you at least have the forced social environments like school and maybe your jobs
Does he work?
to meet potential dates.
Well, okay, to answer your question, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know anything about this guy
I
at
feel
all.
like,
So
yeah, we don't really know too much. I see the stuff that's on his, like, I could barely see the stuff. Looks like he does a lot of
I
audio.
think it's Austin Powers, or maybe John Travolta in the background. I don't know.
That looks like it's either Austin, yeah, it looks like Austin Powers, or it's a yeah, I think that's Austin Powers. I don't know. I can't really tell. No, but I feel like a lot of this stuff here is like more of like audio equipment. Maybe he's into audio or film, and that's probably what he does. He probably doesn't really have like a real job, and that's probably why he's got all the soundproofing stuff here. He probably does music. So, sounds cool. But
And then
still.
maybe meeting others through your social circle. But when you're well past the age when people are settled down and established and you don't have that, the option
Hold on, we got another. Let me pull this up. If this guy had some good friends, he'd probably have more confidence in himself. He doesn't have anyone to show him how to improve himself. And he's totally right. As you get older, it's harder.
Well, then you got to up your ante, and you got to become harder. You got to become more stronger, no matter what. You know, you got to evolve with the times. Unfortunately, this is how life is. You know, it's either you know give up or keep going.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, you're right. Like, you're right. If he did have like some good friends, like from back in the day, like from like school time, and like they stuck with him, like, yeah, he probably would have more confidence with himself, because he would have a like a brotherhood. He would have, a tribe that would be with him, that would be helping him. But since he doesn't, he has to do these things on his own, and he has to figure out these things on his own. And I mean, he in theory, like, he has the ability to like look up, channels like us, who, try to help people, that try to, help people push through their issues that they might be having with whatever it is, because a lot of the stuff is just all mental. And he could find channels, or because apparently he's just always on YouTube, that that can help him positively. But he, as of what I can tell by just how he is, it is not that way. He's not finding those positive outlooking channels that try to help people for the better. And so this is where he is.
options are really slim. And it feels like you missed the boat. As an aging bachelor, what are my options now, realistically? Dating apps haven't worked for me. I've spent hundreds of dollars and maybe a couple of years total on the three major dating apps. And I got one date, one date out of it that went nowhere.
I wonder what his photos are.
There just wasn't anything there. And of course, she unmatched me right afterward, which didn't surprise me at all. And not one date has come through 6 odd years of meetup either. I struck out 3 times. I mean, at least I tried, right?
What is struck out the
Um,
times?
Maybe I guess struck out 3 times is like he tried to, I guess, engage in trying to set up a date, I guess, in person with somebody, and like
If it
they
doesn't work three
rejected it.
times, you try the fourth time with the fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th. You got to keep going so you get one. It's a numbers game out there, guys.
Yeah,
Got to, if your dating apps are not going well, I mean, you got to take better quality pictures. That's all. There are people on the internet that could help you do that.
yeah,
And if the dating apps are not working as well as you'd hope, go out and constantly meet new women. Just go approach a fuckload of women, as many as you can, as many as it takes.
yeah.
Doesn't matter. Keep going, no matter what.
Yeah, because this is when dealing with these types of things, like friends, relationships, whatever it is, it's about abundance because you can't just be like, oh yeah, I just need to find one person and that's it. Like, no, that's just not how it works. You need to just find a whole bunch of people, and then eventually some of them will uh respond positively to what you're trying to do. So it's just a matter. It's a numbers game. As many if you can try to talk to as many people as you can, there's going to be some people that will respond. And it might not be the exact number of how many people that you have talked to, but there will be a number of people that will. So that's what matters. Because if you only talk to 3 people and none of them respond to you, and you're like, why is this happening? Well, talk to more people. Maybe you'll find one at some point, maybe at the 10th, maybe the 15th person. You have to just find it, and you just have to keep going. It's just how it is. You can't just give up after the third person.
Yeah, you got to keep going no matter what. Absolutely.
I did make some friends through there, like I said earlier, but that's about it. But it has got me more active. I am putting myself out there.
That's good.
So there's that.
You gotta keep going.
Hard.
I've had to watch my younger siblings and
Okay, so yeah,
and
siblings.
cousins pair off and start families.
All right, so you be an uncle.
And 2 of my 4 younger brothers are
Oh,
married with families of their own.
hit the pause button. So I mean, right? There are some options there. You got some siblings. What about your siblings' friends? Your siblings' friends. Like they're, could find a way to make some friends. Go out, and get a squad going.
Yeah,
Like,
even if you gotta hurt your ego for a second to go to your younger siblings and be like, hey, you guys were able to get friends easy. How do I do this? And
I mean, they're your family, right? They
they're your
should
family.
probably help you out.
I wouldn't understand why they wouldn't help you.
Man, I'll get the boys right now. Like, yo, Mike, our friend Joe. Like, yo, we're playing air hockey tonight. It's going down. We're getting the games going down. I'm gonna beat everybody, and everybody's gonna be sad because I won. And like, it's gonna be a good time for everybody. Mostly me. You're like, so
Another is engaged with a new family, and the youngest is in a relationship now. Um, I know I should be happy for them, and
should
I am as
good,
the big brother,
very good.
but I can't help but feel pathetic
Why?
as the big brother and as the oldest for still being alone.
Big brother complex. I understand. Well, I don't understand, but at the same time, I witness it because I am an only child, so I don't have any siblings, so I don't really
He has me.
I don't really understand a lot of the the brother the actual sibling dynamics, but I see it, I witness it a lot of, and I see, and Andrew could probably do this a lot easier than I can, like talk about this, but when you're a big brother, you need to, if you feel like you're your responsibility to be like the role model, to be the person that your younger siblings look up to, and you want to do the things that your siblings want to strive to be. And he feels that he has failed them because he is alone, not doing really, not has no real friends, and is pretty much just alone. And he feels like he's failed his brothers and his siblings because he should have done he should have been the one to have he should be the first person to have a family and relationship, whatever, and whatever else other things that might go with that, depending on his family situation. Don't really know because I'm not part of his family, but it's more, I feel like the big brother dynamic goes into that. Do you agree? Do you agree with what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Because I know you're a big brother, so I
A
feel
big
like you
brother.
might I don't know, because everyone's different, but at least how I take it with like the big brother trope is that usually they want to they want to be respected, but they also want to like be the ones to show the younger siblings like this is what you do or stuff like that. I don't know. That's just how I see it. And we got some more comments. I wanna go through them real
After you read
quick.
this, I'm going to play some audio for these people from what this video kind of reminds me of. After you
Okay, so
read that,
right, that's how I have such great personality and I'm very outgoing. I've always had a lot of family and friends that taught me, but everyone gets shy sometimes. Yeah, people get shy, but you know, you have to get around that. And what the hell is wrong with his siblings? That's foul. And Mr. Air Hockey, I'll play you anytime and you will lose.
nobody can beat me.
No,
I
I
I
beat him too.
I, I picture this sound whenever I'm watching this video.
Finally, I found a place where I can be all alone. Hello. Hello. Hello.
It's me sometimes.
Alone, 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 alone. That's such a crazy episode too.
Yeah.
That's such a crazy episode.
Only the real ones know what that audio is from. I don't want to get copyrighted from fucking YouTube again like yesterday. So I'm not gonna, so I just want to play that real quick. But yeah, let's continue with the video.
I'm still stuck in bachelorhood many years after the norm in the Western world. My ring finger has never had a ring on it, and I honestly don't know if it ever will at this point.
Bruh.
Okay. Listen. Listen.
It's not too late,
like,
bro. People
yeah,
get married
no,
at 40, 50, man. It's all
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Your sperm can still impregnate people.
Yeah,
Like,
listen. It's perfectly okay to be single. I mean, some people might think not that that's not the case, but I feel like it's perfectly okay to be single when you're past 40.
I mean, there are
If
people who are
you're
divorced that are
especially
single.
yeah,
That are past 40.
especially if you're not looking for to have a family. I mean,
Everybody's
this guy
different, yeah.
probably was, but again, that is because he did not attempt. I mean, he did attempt, but he hasn't really given 100% to trying to accomplish those things. And another thing is that there's a trope with the Western world that like we need to get married, we need to have kids and a family with somebody, whatever. But a lot of people just blindly do that with just anybody and don't actually try to find the best person for them. They just either they knock somebody up and they're like, well, I guess I'm stuck with you until we get divorced and I lose the kids and half of everything I have. And then some people actually do the right thing and actually are able to take things slow and do the things that they need to do. Some people wait till they're 35, 40 to get married and have kids. Some wait till they're close to 30
Yeah, it
and
depends on
are
when you're ready or
okay.
not,
Yeah, everyone is different, and it does that. I feel like that part doesn't really matter, but it's how he's taking it to me is the problem. He doesn't like, it's perfectly fine to still be single at his age right now. But if he's complaining about it, that means he has time to do something about it. And he said that he's tried, but it's not enough. You have to keep going. If you really want it, you will continue until you get to what you want. It's just that simple.
And it's becoming harder and harder to even see a future worth looking forward to.
Whoa there. Calm down.
Whoa there,
In the
buddy.
normal course of things, at least a family or a partner gives a man purpose and drive.
Not
He
always.
wants to get that.
Okay, not-
You give yourself purpose and drive.
Yeah.
You, it must come from within.
Yeah,
And the actions that you take as well.
And if within is wanting to, if you have a family, to want to, exactly what he said, fine. But most of the time, you want to do the things that you want to be doing. If this guy really likes music, that should be his drive, is to be the best at what he does, and everything else will fall around him. But he's got to put in the work for it. There's not everybody's drive is to have a family and raise kids, whatever. It's not everybody's drive. The drive is everything around that. And if once you have a family, that builds upon that, because you become a family unit with somebody and other and dependables, stuff like that. It's just a whole big thing. But baseline, before any of that, it's you. And you need to put yourself first to get yourself in the right spot, to then add all those extra things.
That better job and improve his career prospects, put in that overtime to afford those vacations in that bigger, nicer home in that nicer neighborhood.
And all those taxes.
Merely supporting myself, though, and living alone in basic small apartments, that's just not enough. No matter what I do to cope and distract myself,
Oh, that's the problem. You're
I'm just
distracting too much.
existing.
You're coping. Stop coping.
Yeah.
Stop taking the copium. Stop
Make
it.
life work for you.
Yeah.
Take life by the balls.
Yeah. Take whatever fucking cards you were dealt and fucking play fucking solitaire or whatever. Do whatever you got to do.
There's nothing to make this endless wage slaving feel worth it. It's just all so empty and hollow at the end of the day.
And you know what? This is what happens with America. This is come from America, right? Everybody is, they bring upon negativity. They have all these different, aspects of victim mentality, depending upon like dealing with family or whatever, social interactions, stuff like that. All these things, people want to take the negativity and not on only just that, but then having to deal with the cost of living, the the cost of you know the car, rent or mortgage, food, trying to pay all these different things. And it's so much. There's just so many different things that, and on top of all that, you're dealing with stuff like that he's dealing with, that he's putting himself through. It's not like he's just it's the stuff that he's willingly putting himself through that is ruining everything. And a lot of other people are dealing with the same thing. It's not just this one guy that's dealing with this. There's a lot of other people that are going through the same things, maybe in a different from a different background. Maybe they don't have ASD, maybe they have something else, but they're all being victims, and they're being pummeled by pretty much corporate America and by the shitty aspects of the world, and just blaming it on everything else around them, but not themselves, and not the actions that they've either made or the actions that they did not make. And it's just what it is.
I buy my toys, electronics, music gear. I make music, but I'm going to keep that separate from this channel. And
I said that.
I hope you understand.
Yeah, it was a good call.
Good call. I think that's ours.
It all just feels like a cope,
Well,
because
not if you like it.
at the end of the day, I'm alone.
listen.
Why are you alone, bro? Go out and meet people. Find a way. Find a way. There
Yeah.
is a way.
There's always a
It's
way.
like when you're hungry, you will find a way to eat. Find a way to make friends if you really want it that bad.
Yeah.
But we can't talk today. I still feel for the guy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I still do. Obviously, it's like we're not trying to come down too hard on him, but we're trying to prove a point here. He can take action and make some improvements. So what if he has ASD? I mean, you can still make the best of the situation. You can make have fun with it. Like, yeah, I might be on the spectrum or something, but I'm still the shit, and you're gonna love me. Hi, just make a joke out of it. Make life fun.
Yeah.
You gotta look at life in a positive way, no matter what.
Exactly. Like I said earlier, like
I mean, he has a house. He has clothes on his back. He has things to be appreciated, and there are good things in life to be happy
and
about.
I mean, like the things that you like to do, you shouldn't be thinking of them as like coping mechanisms. They should be things that make you happy. If you like music and you like making music or doing whatever, or recording, whatever you like to do, don't think of that as just coping. Just think of it as something that makes you happy. Like, because that's what it should be doing. It should be making you happy. It should making you uh it's you're producing things, and that's what we should be doing, is producing. We shouldn't be consuming as much. We should be doing more producing. We've talked about that a lot on the channel. And this guy, like he's so far gone in on the negative, on the negativity, that he believes that the things that he likes to do are just coping mechanisms for his issues. Like, no, those things should be the things that take you away and help you break through the problems that you have. It should help you and reinforce positivity within you, because you're doing the things that you like to do that make you happy. Those are things that need to stay.
I crawl into bed alone. There's no one there when I'm stressed out, to talk to.
What about your siblings?
I just have my four walls, and to vent out to the world anonymously on the internet.
No, you're not that anonymous.
As time passes, it just becomes increasingly unlikely that much is really gonna change for me.
Not true.
Not that I'm.
The only things that will change are the things that you change yourself. You
got to make a change.
You have to change. Nothing will change you. You must change you.
Mhm.
Things can influence your changing that are from outside forces, but it is you that changes you. You have to do the things that change you. These are the actions that you make. If you do not change yourself to be better, then you will not be better. You will continue being the way that you are, and it will stay that way until you actually do something about it, or you die. Like, that's it. You have to change. You have to adapt or die.
I'm not trying to do something about it, because I have been.
Not enough.
I work out 3 or 4 days a week,
Okay.
and
Good start. Make it 5.
I go hang out with people on the weekends sometimes, but
Oh, so what?
and that's
What?
good for my mental health and
All right.
well-being.
You making steps? Okay, cool.
But I'm getting older.
So
I'm getting less desirable,
no, you're not.
Not
and
wouldn't
it
be
just
like-
feels like the future holds nothing but declining health, declining looks.
It doesn't
Not
have to.
really.
It,
Once again, I said it before. He's not fat. He literally, I mean, he doesn't look that bad in shape or anything. I mean, we talk about what's not improving, what's declining. Just getting started, bro.
yeah, the only thing
He's going out on some weekends. Okay, cool. So he's not completely lonely,
Yeah,
right? So that's
not-
good.
not fully
He's not
out
looking
there.
at the bright side. He's looking at too many
Yeah,
negatives.
he's
He doesn't have an all gains mindset. He has a negative mindset, a victim
Yeah.
mentality. Got to get rid of that to succeed in life. We got to get rid of that crap.
yeah. No more victim mentality.
No
sir.
more ever again.
And these people that he associates with, that he talks to, what the fuck are they doing?
They
These
gotta be better friends.
people, these people should be like, hey, listen, you need to do this. You need to go to, like, good. You're going to the gym. Eat. You should be eating, a specific way. You should be eating right. You should,
So
we should
easy-
be going. We should go out to over here, and we should talk to all these people.
Yeah, he's
That's
doing
what we
some
should be
things
doing.
right.
Like that's what I feel like, because like if they see him, feel like looking like he's in a negative state, in a depressive state, that they should be taking some action to help him out. If they're all together, like that's how it should be, and be like, all right, hey, listen, you look sad, and I want to know what's up, and maybe we should all go to the bar on Friday night, and maybe we'll try to see if we can pick up some hot chicks or something like that. Like,
Hell yeah.
yeah, like
Hell yeah.
that should be something that these guys are doing, and it doesn't seem like that's fully the case. I don't It's not like he hasn't actually said that, so I don't know if any of them have said that, and if they haven't, then what the fuck. Like, that's what you guys should be doing.
And even further decreasing dating opportunities.
And also, let me just say this. You might be getting older, but that doesn't mean that, you can't date anyone younger than you. Now, hold up. I'm not saying that he should be dating an 18-year-old girl. That's not what I'm saying.
He could date 19. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I feel like it's he doesn't need to only stick with people who are in their 40s. He can date someone that's in her 30s, or in her
chemistry
late
is
20s,
chemistry, I mean,
Yeah.
as long as you're over like 19, yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, if you really connect with someone,
Yeah,
in ways you'd never expect, yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with going out with a 19, 20-year-old. Yeah,
and
sure.
sometimes there are women who like men who are older.
Sure,
So
some women have a fetish for that.
your value doesn't really fully decrease. At least not, unless if you, don't take care of yourself, then your value will decrease. It will. But if you take care of yourself and you look fine and you look good
And
and
you feel good,
presentable,
and yeah, exactly. And your mind's right,
then you won't be degrading your value with age, stuff like that.
Yep.
It's been 25 years since I became an adult, since I graduated high school.
Right.
Sure.
A quarter century of going it mostly alone.
He just said
All these years
sometimes.
with hardly any success with women.
I think that's what it is. He needs a little.
Call
He needs to get sucked
Well,
off.
That's an Andrew line right there. Yes, he does.
I've been hanging out with you too much.
Yeah, right. He does need to get sucked off, but he just go talk to more women all the time. Like, go approach like if you have to go approach like 20 women a day. That's 20 times 7, so 140 women a week.
Yeah.
Like that's 100. One of those women are probably gonna like you and fuck with you and then give you your number. Come on, you gotta keep on going no matter what. Like if I was like completely sexless and just like had no goals, I would just start approaching like crazy and just go meeting as many women as I could until I get one. Yeah. I mean, it depends how bad you really want it. If you're really that upset about your dating life, go talk to as many women as you can. Learn social skills. It'll come up with time, and then eventually you'll land one. You have to go out though and do it. Do it.
Everyone else dated and had their fun and settled down.
Cheating.
It feels like the majority of my prime years are gone.
Wrong. I don't know who told you
Nah,
that.
your prime years are still technically there.
Don't know who
you are
told you that.
44, but
You got to make your prime years now and here.
yeah.
Sand through my fingers. What do I have to show for all these years? I've been too embarrassed to look up and reach out to old classmates because they're going to ask the usual questions.
And you tell them the usual truth. Who cares?
And what the fuck am I going to tell them?
What I just told you. Who cares? Tell them the truth. Say, and you wear it with pride.
I often wonder what I get out of bed every day for. Sometimes it's a real struggle when I know that things aren't really getting better in ways that matter.
All right, you gotta. He's
about to cry.
Yeah, he's going to cry. And my response to the things he was saying is, if things are like that, there should be something in your mind that should be clicking right now and being like, no more. Let's fix this. There's something we can do. Because I know when I was going through stuff just like that, my brain was trying to click. Like, hey, fix this, fix this. Sometimes I would listen, sometimes I would not. And that is something that this guy needs to listen to. He needs to hear the back of his mind telling him, hey, we need to stop this and we need to do something about this. Because you got to think about it this way. You go into a depressed state, right? And your body will start to negatively be negatively affected by your negative thoughts, and your body will start to shut down in a way where you will lose value, like he was saying. That will happen, and it could come to a point where he might feel like he shouldn't be alive, and that's an issue. And his body, when get into a depressive state, is going on haywire mode, and is trying, it's doing its best to be like, hey, listen, we need to get out of this mess because I don't want to die. It's his body is saying, do not eliminate me. Please, let's fix this. Let's fix this somehow. Some people, they were able to hear it and they do something about it. Some people sadly don't. And it's best when you have friends and people around you to help you listen to it, because they will be more of like a megaphone thing to what they're saying, to what your brain is saying, and they will help you. So, but if you don't have people kind of like this guy, at least that's what he believes, even though he says he has friends that he talks to on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a way to get around. Like, listen, we've talked about it before. Depression is temporary. You make it long term because you don't want to get out of it. You put yourself in there long term, but your body doesn't, like, it's naturally not supposed to be there long term. It's only a thing that is supposed to help you build yourself back better and help you grow. You go Life is a roller coaster, and you go down and you go up and you go down and you go up. When you go down, you start feeling depressed. You have these feelings of being depressed. But these things go away because things get better and things become more positive and things you feel happier. Some people, when they get when they get on that decline, some people that have a mindset as similar to him, where he is very a victim mentality. Some people don't believe that there is a incline after. And sometimes they just want to continue to decline. And it's a sad thing to say. It's that sad thing to listen to, but it's the truth. But there are ways to get out of that decline and go back on an incline. It's just a matter of you wanting it and you wanting to become better and be happier. If you don't want to be sad, then find things to make you happy. Do whatever you can to be happy. That's what everyone should be doing.
Exactly.
And are less likely to with each passing day and week, and month and year. I just go slave away and then come home. And that's my life.
If you
No one waiting for me.
choose that life,
There's no what should we do for dinner, honey conversations.
if you go out,
There's no cuddling up at night.
go talk to girls.
There's no warmth next to me in the bed.
Go talk to girls. Talk to more girls.
I'm told to work on myself.
Yes.
And like I said, I have been.
Good. Very good.
Not enough, though.
But it's never good enough.
Yes, it is.
I run this endless self-improvement treadmill, wondering at what point I'll be worthy of love.
The journey never ends.
At what point I'll be good enough for a woman.
You already are.
I'm never good enough.
Wrong. You think that.
Wrong.
And the thing is, even if a girl is interested in me, I may or may not pick up on it.
Get better at it.
Thanks to the aforementioned autism spectrum.
I mean,
Okay, listen,
I'm not.
I don't really know how
I don't know how it
much.
works either.
I don't know how much that goes into effect because we don't
We
have
only
it,
we only
so
we only
can
try to
only
speak on what we can, so we
yeah
don't
we
really know about. We don't know what it's like to actually have that. But the message more is like in general, not just towards this guy. Towards this guy, it's more of a general. Our points are more general than just pointing at him, but because maybe it does affect him in some way. I'm not really sure. I'm not a. I don't know who deals with that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Like I'm not a psychologist, right? I can't
yeah
diagnose someone. I don't know. But he's talking to the camera in a certain way, and if he goes and talks to girls, coherently and in a fun, playful way, he can get some numbers and get some dates and all that, right?
yeah. I
Well,
mean,
it's just from what I observe, right?
yeah. I mean, he can if he needs to just work on it more. I feel like he hasn't put in enough time and effort into doing enough because like what he says is that he can't pick up on like if a girl is actually interested in him
Or just act,
and
then what you
because
need
of
to
his issue. Well,
act
if that
as
is a
if,
problem, like if that is a problem, yeah, either one, act as if they are interested,
like, all right,
or
cool, yeah.
two, try to learn specific social cues. You'll have to just learn harder than a lot of other people. You have to learn harder than me, learn a lot harder than Andrew,
You can still do it.
but it can be done. And you can't just blame these issues that you have within yourself uh to why you can't. You can, it's just going to be harder, and you're going to have to just find a way to make it work. And I don't feel like that's an issue. I don't feel like that's a problem. I feel like that is something because I feel like that is something that you can build upon and feel good about, because I feel like if you push yourself and you're like, I really want to pick up on when a girl is actually interested in me. I have to work on that. Be like, how am I going to do that? I need to figure out what social cues there are. I need to figure out if I like how to know if she's actually responding the way that I feel like she should be or whatever. And you keep working on it, and you finally get it, and it clicks in your head. Oh, okay, these are the things I need to look for now. Now I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to understand more. That should be something very accomplishing. That I feel like you would feel 1,000 times better being able to finally understand and learn things that at first you didn't know and you couldn't grasp. But once you actually put in the time to learn and start to because it was more of a hindrance, like you were it was like your issues were hindering you from learning, but you've pushed past that now and you now learn and you can now understand. Now you should feel good, you should feel great about yourself, be like, hey, I finally got this. I was having a lot of issues because I feel like this was affecting it, but now I pushed past that thing affecting it from me, and now I can learn even though I have this issue. So that should actually make you feel even better and not more depressed.
I may not pick up on the choosing signals.
Choosing signals. You got to be the choosing signal.
And if I do, I'm seldom able to actually maintain interest. I mean, what do I talk about?
Anything.
I don't even know what to talk about.
Well, have her talk about things.
Talk about some random shit. Honestly,
I don't know how to escalate things. I don't know. I never learned to flirt.
practice.
Just, basic shit I should have learned in my young adulthood that I didn't.
Ain't nobody teaching that.
And I'm trying to catch up now at 44.
Never too late.
Just wondering if I'm just wondering if it's a fool's errand.
No.
I can't help but think that sometimes. I'm not able to get my physical or emotional needs met. I mean, can you imagine going multiple years without so much as feeling a girl's hand in yours?
Nope.
Can't relate, but I bet there are people that
No
there are a lot of guys.
validation. No one telling me she loves me.
A lot of
Not
guys.
hearing those words. Life just feels so dull.
I know a lot of people that are dealing with that, and they're married.
Yeah, so just because you get a girl doesn't mean it's
So
all
dull and
lovey-dovey.
empty. I'm so tired of being alone. I'm so tired of being alone.
If you don't want to be alone, if you know that you're alone and you don't want to be alone, it is up to you to fix that. It's up to you to do something about it, like we said earlier.
If you find us Aaron's Journal, you are more than welcome to come on live and talk to us. We will make sure you're not lonely. We'll have great discussions. I'll tell you my crazy ass stories, man. I'll tell you a couple of them.
Yeah,
I'll
you might
I'll
actually
I'll
you
give
might
some,
learn something from
yeah,
it.
I'll give you some entertainment.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think
We invite you, Aaron's Journal, to come on.
yes.
Come on, buddy. Come on our podcast. I don't mind at all.
Yeah.
We support free speech. We support anybody coming on our channel and talk about some real shit. Anybody can come on, unless you're a complete dickhead. We don't want that.
Yeah. It's all about respect. But yeah, no. With Aaron's Journal, I feel like
Come on, man. I invite you on
we
personally.
have our social media stuff in the description of this video. If he ever sees this, or if anyone that is watching tries to send this to him, please, like I say, do. And we have our socials down and our email and everything in the description. So there's no reason that he wouldn't be able to to reach out to us
Absolutely.
if you want to.
Absolutely.
I don't know how much longer I can do it.
The fact that this was 3 months ago too is kind of scary.
You know, I've heard all the usual platitudes, and they're usually coming from a place of good intentions. They're usually well-meaning. You know the ones, variations of there's someone out there for everyone.
It was like a good.
I'm sure she'll come along. You'll find someone. Or my absolute number one favorite. Love yourself first.
No, but I think that's true. Love yourself first.
All the while watching relationships just come about naturally for other people. And the people offering these platitudes are invariably in relationships. They didn't struggle like I have. They don't know my struggles.
Tell us.
They don't know the struggles I've had all my life. You know, I hear that I shouldn't give up. And I haven't. I haven't, not quite yet.
Better not.
Yeah, we need to talk.
But why should I really expect things to just suddenly turn around for me now
Got to make it
as
happen.
a nearly middle-aged bachelor?
The only way it will is by you putting into action. It won't do it on its own. You have to do it you have to do it by by your actions, the things that you do. If you can, if you can put into work and do the things that you feel like you want done, it can be done. But if you just feel like you're giving up, and I mean, he did say he's technically not, but like if you're not really putting in that effort, nothing's going to really change. You just got to make the change.
With the relationship and dating experience of somebody young enough to be my kid, I mean, I just feel like that's going to be a red flag for a lot of women, honestly.
Not always. Women kind of like older men.
This is a weird zone to be in. It's like being stuck at the life stage of someone just starting off in young adulthood. Yet to people that age, I'm an old dude.
Not that old.
But to people my own age,
He looks like he's
I'm basically an alien because we're just at such different life stages.
I'm gonna send the guy an Instagram DM.
Everybody is at different life stages, regardless of what age you are. There are people who are 18 that are married and have kids. There are people who are 40 who are not married and do not have kids. Everyone's clock is different, but it's all because of their actions, the things that they do. If you purposely don't want to have kids and purposely don't want to have a family and you just want to, mess around and do whatever, that's what you want to do. Those are the actions that you take. But if you want a family, you want to be with somebody, then you will do just that. You will figure out, you'll do whatever you can to get it, and you'll get it at some point. It's just a matter of time and a matter of putting in the effort.
You know, marriage, maybe even they're on their second or third.
Ugh,
Kids,
please. Oh,
parent
please.
teacher meetings, little league,
Little league.
a home and home upkeep,
Ugh.
vacations,
Ooh, I like those.
just very different concerns that I have. I mean, how do you even begin to relate to that?
Well, you can't. Just like how we can't really relate to, you know, with your autistic spectrum disability disorder. We can't fully connect, but we can respect, the things that you're going through, and we want to help put you in the right direction. We want to show, empathy, and try to, help you get to the place that you want to be. A lot of people can't understand other people's, upbringings and struggles and stuff because they've gone through their own things, and people experience things differently. Everyone experiences everything differently. And so, you might not get what they're going through, they might not get what you're going through, but as humans, we have this underlying thing of being able to just be able to respect, because we are all human. We all are, we're all the same species. We might all go through different things, but we are all the same in the aspect of being able to take in specific traumas and issues that are going through our life, and being able to overcome it in some way, maybe in a completely different way than other people. But that's the whole craziness and like amazingness of life, being able to see other people go through something that you might have also gone through, but they did it differently than you, and it's because of these specific reasons, and learning that it's cool, it's different.
I mean, I'm living a completely different reality. Completely different reality. Try to imagine being over 40 and you
Find
still
out
haven't even had your first serious relationship. Maybe a few short-term girlfriends here and there over the years. Girls who broke things off after a couple of weeks, a few months, maybe longer. They got bored of you or whatever. But never anything you consider bring home to meet the family serious. Years pass between them with nothing but empty spaces on the mental calendar. And watching your siblings pair off while you go home to your tiny empty apartment where the silence just gets absolutely deafening.
Yeah, I don't understand why you don't have a dog.
And where it never truly feels like home. Because why would it?
Like, if he doesn't like dogs, then that's one thing. But
It's just you.
I feel like, or at least a cat or something to have another living life.
Seeing your former classmates on social media with their spouses and families and homes, some of them with grown children.
I'm going to say this now. Listen, we are 1 year off from a 10-year reunion, Andrew and I. And if that is an actual thing that we get invited to go to, which I highly doubt, but if for some reason they do, I'm not going to give a fuck about what these other people that I went to high school with, what the fuck they're doing.
They ain't me. They ain't got what I got.
I know goddamn well they don't give a fuck about what I'm doing either, but they want to know what I'm doing, and then they want to make fun of me for it. And I don't give a fuck what they think, because I'm doing the things that I want to do, because I know that I'm happy doing the things that I'm doing. Same with Andrew. Andrew knows what he's doing. Andrew likes what he's doing, and we're all hustling. They're hustling. They're doing whatever they're doing. Who cares? It's a matter of the things that you want to do, the things that you can control.
You gotta get high on yourself, bro. High on yourself.
While you sit in your apartment waiting for your frozen dinner to be done in the microwave, just like you did 20 years ago.
Ew, Frozen.
because you can't be motivated enough to learn to cook. You know, because it's hard to muster the effort to cook for one person.
I do it all the time, and I'm married.
Yeah.
You know,
I cook for me all the time.
one day you're 23 and wondering when it's going to happen for you. And then the next thing you know, you turn around and you're staring down middle age and you're still alone.
Not for long.
And you're wondering where the fuck all the time went. And you know what? It's only downhill from there.
Doesn't have to be.
Your looks are fading.
Not always.
Your health is past its peak. And it's only going to decline.
You can prevent that.
And your dating prospects only continue falling off a cliff.
I mean, sometimes, but if you find people
And all you can see is more of the same. Surviving and
thriving,
coping with the crushing loneliness until completely losing the will to do either anymore.
but you know what? I'm gonna say this, and I don't know. Oh, and the video is pretty much over.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this right now. I don't,
Yeah, let's go
and
ahead to full screen.
and I don't want to. I don't want to say this and to sound like an asshole, but this guy has 3, or I don't remember how many siblings he has. He has a lot of siblings, right? Imagine how lonelier he would be if he had no siblings. If he was in a position like me with no other siblings, just friends that I have around me and just parents, right? If he was in his position but with no siblings, I wonder how much worse off he would be. I feel like he has it lucky to have siblings because at least he has people that he has blood relation with that he can talk to if he really wanted to, and that probably would be completely willing to help him with whatever situation that he might be going through. But it's pretty much with ego that would stop that. And I get that. I have ego too, and I wouldn't want to feel like people need to help me, and I feel like I should be able to do it myself. But sometimes, sometimes you just want to get some help, and that's what people should be there for. That's what friends and family should be there for. And I would feel like if he did not have family, like actual siblings that he grew up with and he has in his life, I wonder how worse off he would be. If he was already this bad, I wonder how worse it could have been.
Yeah, it's all about not making that many excuses and just kind of like you have to make the self improvements of your life by doing things yourself, and you have to get out there and make shit happen. You have to actually go out and make the effort to improve. It's all about the effort you put in, and the journey never ends. You got to keep trying no matter what. Every day you have a chance to make a decision to better impact your life. So once again, I'll make the offer to Aaron to come on to our channel and have a discussion, and maybe we could help you out and make a new friend.
Yeah,
always
we
down
want to
to,
know where you have been since you posted that video 3 months ago. Want to know like what has improved, what has not improved, where you're at mentally in your life, and see what we can do and see how we can discuss with you to see where you can go from here.
and let us know what we might be wrong about.
Yeah,
We're down. Maybe there's a few things in your story that we missed, and that we're able to. I'm down to be wrong about some of the things I said. I'm down to educate myself at all times. I'm always aware, and I don't mind. So if this is an open invitation for you to come on, and life doesn't have to be lonely. You can make a change now, make some new friends, and get out there and make some changes. It's never too late. Keep on going, keep on trucking, right? So if you guys like this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Let us know your thoughts, and donate to the Cash App link in the description below if you want to support the channel. And with that said, we're going to see you guys at the next video or live stream.